Welcome back to another live CSEC class. We are going to be looking at computation. We started that last week in our Friday evening CSEC class, and we're continuing with computation. Just some simple operations, simple arithmetic operations, following the laws of indices, the laws of operation, that kind of thing, which, in my opinion, many scholars overlook. They tend to think that, oh, that's child's play, and these are the little things that you can slip up on if you're not sharp, and it can cause you to lose a little mark here, a little mark there, a little mark there, until before you know it, you have lost many, many marks. So I have always encouraged my scholars to pay close attention to these simple tasks. These computation problems can take you back to grade 5, grade 6, grade 7, coming up, so you have to make sure you have a good foundation in things like standard form, rounding off, significant figures, laws of indices, the laws of order of operations. You have to master those. You have to know how to work with your brackets, the distributive law, how to expand, and also how to contract, how to factorize. These little skills, don't take them for granted. And you will notice that these questions will come in the first part of the paper too. The first few questions will be usually are computation questions. They might be valued anywhere from 2, 3, 4, even up to 5 marks per question. So it's not something you should, ignore. So we're going to dive into the computation questions. I think we did up to 20 last week. We're going to see how many more we can do this week before we go into the more hardcore topics. We like to cover our bases. We like to lay our foundation, make sure we are solid before we start building. Before we dive in, though, I'm going to run by you the schedule of our live CSEC and PEP classes. We have 5 live PEP classes per week and 6 live CSEC classes per week, one of which is our Midnight Oil series. On a Thursday night, we go from midnight to 2 a.m. working CSEC type multiple choice questions. That's a paper 1 question. You don't want to miss that midnight class. So here's the schedule. Write down the dates and the times. Hello CSEC math students, I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very, very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Now, another important question. Have you ever gotten a math wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now, in the series, we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything. Make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello scholars, Did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on. All right, so take my hand. You are in safe hands. Just come with me and I will show you what to do. And not just show you what to do, but make you understand what to do so that you can stand on your own. And when you see these questions anywhere, whether in a test, in an external exam, anywhere, you will be able to handle them. You'll be able to, find your way around them. And that is why we do so much practice. And that is why I encourage you to post your questions in the comments. And if you are in studio, which you are invited to join me in studio, let me just post that link right now for those in the chat if you would like to join me in studio. So I'm posting the link in the chat. Just follow that link, and if there is space in studio, you will be allowed to join me. Hello, Tony Amanda. Tony Amanda, darling, welcome. In studio with me, I have Imani, and I'm going to invite her now to come join me on screen. Tony Amanda, do you want to join me on screen?
Good night, Miss.
Good night, Imani. Good night, John.
Miss Amari.
Good night, Amari. I can never tell from afar, you see? All right. So if you want to join me, feel free, just follow that link and you will be accepted into the studio where we can have more direct contact and exchange. You can ask your questions out loud and get direct feedback. Tony Amanda says, no, sis, I have too much noise in the background. Okay, that's my baby sister I'm talking to there. Tony Amanda is my baby sister. She's joining us in the chat. She's saying too much background noise happening. She has two little ones there. All right, so let's go. Are you ready, Imani? Are you
Yes,
ready,
miss.
Amari? Where is John?
Here.
Oh, he's
He's holding the
there.
camera.
I'm sorry, John. I didn't see you. Next time wear red. I'm not seeing you properly, John. All right, so welcome. Here we go. So let me share the screen so you can see. And I mentioned we are continuing our computation. We wrap up computation this week. There might be a few other questions carried over into next week. But whatever the case, we're just going to work with what we have and go from question to question, right? So for those who are just joining, the computation questions will test your skills in rounding off, in significant figures, in standard form, in laws of indices, order of operation, the distributive law, and a little factorizing might come into it. So these are the basic skills that some persons take for granted, but we know better than to take that for granted. We know that these are the foundational skills, the fundamental skills, And if you don't have that solid base, you will have nothing to build on. So we're going to be practicing in our computation and making sure that we are solid in that area. So here's our first computation question. All right, who's going to take this for me? It says using a calculator or otherwise evaluate. So this is from June 1980, CSEC. The paper 2, you are able to use the calculator.
Miss
If
got
it
one.
says don't, if it says without the use of the calculator, just wait. You'd have to show them how you do it without. So John, you're taking this for me, John?
Yes, miss.
All right, so
First, okay, miss. First,
walk me through it.
We're going to add the 1.5 plus the 2.85.
So we're adding the numerator and we get what?
Miss, we get 4.35.
4.35. And the denominator says we're to subtract.
Yes, miss. 4.66. 3 minus 3.21. Miss, I got 1 and 4. Miss, 1.45. Miss.
All right, so what's the next step?
Miss, we're going to divide.
All right, so when we divide,
It's Miss, it gets. Miss, I got 3. Miss, you get 3.
3 exact. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay, Amari, you want to take this one for me? June 81. Find the exact value of 0.432 times 0.02 divided by 0.024. Okay, Amari, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I swear.
Could you
Okay.
speak up, please?
Okay. Miss, speak. Miss, the answer. Miss, the answers. You don't go to the answer. You have to tell her how you're working first.
Tell me what are you working first?
Miss, the first. Miss, the first. The numerator.
Numerator. So we have to work this operation in the numerator first. So we multiply them. What do you get when you multiply them?
Miss, you would get. Miss, what's up? This. Miss 8 point. Sorry, wait.
So 0.432
0.
times 0.02, that gives us what?
Miss, on the calculator, it's giving us to what you call it, to expand it, because it's giving us a power
To
of 10.
-3. So
Yes,
move the decimal point 3 places to the left.
Yes, miss, that's what I did.
So that will be what?
0.00864.
0.00864 over the 0.24, right?
Yes.
0.024.
0.
So when we divide this now, what do we get?
Miss, you would get 0.36.
Is that how we read it? 0.36?
No, miss, 0.36.
0.36. Thank you, Amari. Imani, this one is yours. I see this is worth 3 marks.
Oh, this one. Oh, yeah, these are easy. We did these last week. Okay. So, miss, the first thing we're going to work is the numerator.
All right, so we're going to work the 3 and 1 over 7 minus 2 over 3, right? I'm going to work that first, okay?
So 3 minus, there's no whole number for the second number, so it would just be 3.
All right, so we put 3 there.
Miss, and then it would we'll find the lowest common multiple of 7 and 3, which is 21. That line's great, miss. Yes, miss. So 7 into 21 goes 3 times, so 1 times 3. Miss, and 3 into 21 goes 7 times, so 2 times 7,
Which is
14.
okay.
Okay, miss. So we can't work this without getting a negative fraction, so we can always take one whole from the 3, since we have 3 wholes. So it would be 21 plus 3, which is
Okay, so
24.
the one whole we're carrying it as 21 over 21, right?
Yes,
So
miss.
we can put the 21 here and add it to the 3. All right, so that now gives 24.
Yes, miss.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and 24 minus 14 would give you, oh, 24 minus 14 would give you 10 over 21.
Okay.
So now we're going to divide that by 2 and 6 over 7.
So what happened to the 3? The 2.
Oh, sorry. 2 and 10 over 2 and 10 over 21.
All right, so it's this 2, and then this divide to give 10 over 21. So that's the answer for the
For the
numerator, right?
numerator. Yes,
Yes.
miss.
So now we need to, this means divide this here. We
Yes,
need to
miss.
divide it by this. All right, so let's work that part. So
So
it's
2 and
2,
10 over 21
10 over 21
divided by 2 and
divided
6
by
over 7.
2 and 6 over 7. All right.
Yes, miss.
How
So
do
the
I do
first
now?
step is the key change flip step. So we're going to um change the first fraction into a mixed, no, sorry, change first mixed number into an improper fraction. So what we
Mm-hmm.
do is multiply the denominator by the whole and add the numerator.
Mm-hmm.
So 42, sorry, 21 times 2 is 42, and we would add
Mm-hmm.
10 to that, which would give us 52 over 21. And we keep
Okay.
that because it's keeping. We're going to
Mm-hmm.
change the division sign to multiplication sign,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to also change the second whole number, or mixed,
Mixed
no, second
number.
mixed number, to an improper fraction. Miss, and that
Yeah.
would give you 20 over 7. Miss, and we would flip it, so we would get 7 over 20.
Okay.
So now we see if there's anything that can be cancelled or divided. So 7 can go into 21 3 times.
All right. So 7 into itself was one time. Hold on. I'm on the wrong slide. All right. So itself goes once
Yes,
and into 21 3 times. Mm-hmm.
yes, miss. We can also divide
And then
both 20 and 52 by 2 or 4. Well,
use 4.
4. Yes, miss,
Use
4.
4.
So it would be
All right. So
4 into
4 into
20 goes
20.
5 times, and 4 into 52 goes 13 times. So it would be
All right,
13
so
over 50.
hold on. So we're saying 4 into 20. So that goes 5 times. And 4 into 52 goes 13.
Yes,
All right, so
miss.
what we have, so added in the numerator, we have 13 times 1. And in the denominator, we have what?
Miss, we have 15. 3 times 5 is
3
15.
times 5. All right, so this is our final answer. Can it be reduced?
No, miss, because 13 is a prime number, which means it only has two factors, 1 and 13.
All right, so it cannot be reduced. Any sign of Mr. Napier?
No, miss, I will contact him.
Alexandra, this is a CSEC class. Are you sure you want to join? Even though it's computation, so it's some basic operations. Would you like to join on the screen? Type in the chat and let me know. All right, so Alexandra is coming over from the PEP class that just ended, but we have some PEP students who do CSEC with us, so it's not a big deal for us at all. So let's continue. So John is your 23.
Okay. Miss first you going to do the division part of it, miss, because of God mass.
Okay, excellent. So John is saying, this is very important, John. So let me just highlight what John is saying. Some persons would go straight and add the 1 and 2 over 3 plus 2 over 1, 2 and 1/8. That would have been wrong because the order of operations says that we are to multiply and divide before we add and subtract. So John was very sharp in seeing that we need to, even though the division is given as the last operation, we are to work this part first. We are to work the division first, and then when we get that answer, we add. So I'm glad you saw that, John. Go ahead. So we're working 2 and 1 over 8
Yes, miss.
divide 3/4. All right, go ahead.
Okay, miss. Miss, we're going to then change the 2 and 1 over 8 to a double fraction, miss. And that would be 9 over 8. Oh, no, sorry, miss. Sorry.
Are you
Miss,
sure? Are you sure that's 9 over 8?
miss 17 over 8. Miss. 17 over
Okay.
8.
So it's 8 2s 16 plus 1, 17 over 8. And then what?
Miss, after that, miss, we're going to change the multiplication to. Wait, sorry, miss. The division to multiplication.
Change the division to multiplication. And then
Okay, miss. Miss, after miss, reciprocate the four and the invert the four and the three, miss. Like three over
invert.
four and the three.
Okay.
Yes, miss, and then that would
Because
be four.
to divide by a fraction is the same as multiplying by its inverse. All right. So what do we do now?
Now what do we do?
Okay, miss, we're going to then miss, we're going to then see if anything can be reduced, miss the four and the eight can be reduced by four,
Okay.
miss. So miss the four
So 4
miss
into
four into that
itself
goes one.
goes
Yes, miss.
1, and 4 into
Eight
8,
into two, miss, that goes two times. Miss
2.
four into eight goes two.
So we get what? 17 times 1.
that's 17. And miss 2
And
times 3 is 6.
okay. All right. So what next do we do?
Miss will then change that miss 17 over 6 to
I wouldn't advise you to change it yet because we still have another operation
oh
to
yes, miss, I forgot
check.
about that.
So you can just leave it like that and let's
Yes,
add it to the 1 and
miss,
2/3.
so 1 and 2 over 3 plus 17 and miss plus 17 over 6.
Okay.
Okay, miss. So miss we can then find the lowest common multiple of 3 and 6, miss, which is 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, miss. Miss, and 3 into 6 goes 2 times, miss, will be 2 times 2, which is 4.
Okay.
And miss plus, and miss 6 into itself, 1 time, miss, will be 17 times 1, which is 17.
Okay.
Okay, miss, so it be 21 over 6, miss.
21 over 6.
Yes, miss.
So 1
Okay,
and
miss, and
21 over 6.
yes, miss, and 6
And
into miss 6 into 21 goes 3 times, miss, remainder of 3. So that be 2 and 2.5, miss. 2.5.
so it will be 2 and
Wait, miss, not no
3 over
sign.
6.
Miss, it will be 4 and 3 over 6. Miss 4.5, miss. It's because 6 into 21 goes 3 times, miss, and that's a whole
3
miss.
times. And we add that to the 1. That's 4.
Yes, miss. And miss, remainder of 3, miss, will be 3 over 6, miss, and that can be reduced to a half.
Okay, so it's 4.5 as the final answer. Thank you, John.
Okay, miss.
Amari, your turn.
Okay, miss. Miss, give me a second. Um, 3, 3.
You sound like you're in Montego Bay, Amari. You sound far away. I want you to speak up.
Okay, miss. And 1 over 4 minus 2.
Okay, so we're working the
Um,
numerator first. So we're working 3.25 minus 2 1/3.
and
Okay, Amari, go ahead.
well, okay, miss. So you, so miss, you say put 12.
I'm not hearing you well, honey. So we're saying what?
Isn't it better to subtract? Miss will subtract the wholes first. Miss will
Okay, so
subtract
we're
the wholes
subtracting
first.
the whole numbers. So 3 minus 2 gives 1.
That's 1, miss.
And then the LCM of 4 and 3.
And then that's 12, miss.
All right.
And miss 3 into 12 goes
4
4
into
into
12.
12 goes 4 into 12 goes 3 times, miss. And
And 1 times
and then
3.
miss 3. 1 times 3 is 3, miss. Minus.
Mhm.
And 3 into 12 goes 4 times, miss. So it's 1 times 4, and that's 4. So, and then 3 minus 4 minus 3.
3 minus 4.
The whole number, and take 1 from that, and
So we take
the
1
whole
from the
number.
whole number
Yes, miss.
and carry that 1 as this denominator over itself. So that's 12, and we
Yes.
add that to the 3. All right, so what do we have?
Miss 15, miss.
So 15 minus 4.
Miss 15 minus 4, that is 11.
All right, so that's 11 over 12.
Miss, that's 11 to 12.
Okay. So, but that's not the end, right? Because this is that's just the numerator. So now we need to divide it by this. All right. So we would have 11 over 12 divided by 1 and 5, 6, right?
Yes, miss.
All right. So what do we do now?
So, miss, you change the division sign. Miss, you change it to multiplication sign. And switch. And miss,
Change. All right. So we put the 11 over 12
yes, miss.
and change the division sign to multiplication.
So a multiplication, and then miss, you would flip the 5 over 6 and change it to 6 over
No,
5.
change it to a improper fraction first.
Yes. Yes, miss, I said
So
6 over 5.
no, 616 plus 5.
Oh. Oh.
So 6 times 1 is 6 plus 5 is 11 over 6.
Yes.
And then we invert that. So we'd have what? 6 over 11?
6 over 11.
All right, so when we cancel now,
Okay, miss. So miss,
when we cancel,
you can cancel 6 and 12, miss.
all right, so 6 into 6,
goes
1,
one time, miss, and 6 into
6 into
12
12,
goes
2,
yes, miss.
and 11 into
And
11,
miss, that
1,
goes one time, and 11 into
and 11 into 11
that
goes 1.
also, miss.
So what's the final answer then?
The final answer is 1 and miss 1 whole.
1 over 2.
Miss 1 over 2.
There's a 2. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So the final answer is a half.
yes, miss.
Okay. Imani, you're up.
Okay, miss. So the first thing we're going to do is add the add the numerators.
So what do we say here?
So first we're going to add the whole numbers. 3 plus 1 is 4.
All right, so 3 plus 1 is 4. Mm-hmm.
Yes, miss. And now we're going to find the LCM for 2 and 6, which is 6.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So 2 into 6 goes 3 times. 3 times 1 is 3.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 into 6 goes 1 time. 6 times, 5 times 1 is 5.
Okay.
So now we're going to add the numbers. So 5 plus 3 is 8 over 6.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be changed into a mixed fraction.
We can leave it like this, you know.
Means we can leave it like for an oh yeah, that will okay. Got you.
So we can leave it like this and work it with this if we want. You could change it if you want, right?
Yes, miss.
So you want to change it or you want to work with this?
Miss, I'll work with it.
All
4
right,
and
so we're
8.
going to divide the 4 and 8 over 6 by this now, the 1 and 3/5, right?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, so 4, 8 over 6 divided by and 3/5. All right, so what do we do now?
Change the 4 and 8 over 6 to a improper fraction.
Okay, which is what?
Miss, 32 over 6.
So 6 fours, 24 plus 8. All
Yes,
right,
Miss.
so that's 32 over 6. My mouse is misbehaving. And we change the division sign to a multiplication.
Yes, Miss.
And
And
then,
then we're going to also change the second mixed number, but after we change, we're going to flip it.
mm-hmm.
So 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 is 8 over 5. We're going to flip it to 5 over 8.
Okay, so we invert that and it becomes 5 over 8.
Yes, Miss. And
And,
now we're
and
going
then,
to see what
Stop funny.
we're going to see what can be simplified. So 8 into 32 goes 4 times.
uh-huh.
And Miss, it,
And 8
um
into itself goes once.
once, yes, Miss.
Okay.
Miss,
So at the top, in the numerator, we have,
Miss, we're going to have 20. Can't it be simplified again? Yes, Miss. Yes, Miss. Yes, Miss.
it can,
Miss, you can use
can
2.
it?
You can use 2.
Here. Okay, yeah, yeah. So
Miss, so
2
it
into
be
4
2 into 4 goes 2
goes
times,
and
and 26
26.
goes 2 times.
All right.
Yes, Miss. So now
Okay,
we're going to
so,
multiply. 5 times 2 is 10, and 3 times 1 is 3.
all right. So the final answer now,
Miss, we're going to put 3 into 10, which goes 2. Wait, 3. Yes, 2.
no, not 2, 3.
3 times. And 3 3 is 9, remain 1 over 3.
Okay,
This
so
is it
3
my
and
turn.
1 over 3.
Miss can we skip John's turn and skip it to
No,
me, please? No,
Huh?
I need a turn. I need Miss can you skip John's turn and skip it to me, please?
Is
No,
John, whose turn is it now?
this is my turn.
John.
And
It's
skip.
John's turn, right?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
So we're going according to the age. So Imani, John, Amar.
Ladies.
Okay, so John, come. It's your turn.
Okay, Miss. Miss 2 and 1/5 minus 1 and 2 over 3. Miss, we're going to take
All
the
right, so we're working the numerator. 2 and 1
Miss, we're going to
minus
take the
1 and 2 third. Okay.
Miss, we're going to take the 2 from the 1 and Miss that would give 1.
Are we taking the 2 from the
Oh
1, you
wait,
say?
sorry, Miss the 1 from the 2.
All right, so we're taking the 1 from the 2 and we get
Miss, we get 1.
1. And we'll find the LCM of
Yeah,
5
Miss, that's
and
15.
3, 15.
Yes, Miss.
Okay.
Miss 5 into 15 goes 3 times, Miss. So 1 times 3
Uh-huh.
gives us 3.
Okay.
Okay, Miss. And 3 into 15 goes 5 times, Miss. So that'd be 2 times 5, which gives you 10.
Okay. 2 times 5 is 10.
Yes, Miss.
All right.
Miss, we're going to take 1 from the whole number, miss, and that would give 0, miss. And then we're going to change that 1
Okay. So we say
to
1 from 1 leaves 0.
yes, miss. And this time we're going to bring over that 1 as 15, miss. So the 15 plus 3, which is
So we're
8.
carrying over the 1 as 15 over 15, right?
Yes, miss. It's 15 plus 3, miss. Miss, that's 18 minus 10, which is 5. So miss, it would be 5 over 15.
Hold on.
Sorry.
18 minus 10 is what?
Miss, 18 minus 10 is 8, miss. Oh, it's
Okay.
okay.
So that's 8
Yes, miss. 8,
over.
15, miss. Okay, miss.
And can that be reduced?
No, miss. It cannot be reduced.
Is that our final answer?
Yes, miss. No, no, miss. Miss, we still have to do the
Okay.
division.
So now we have to go divide it by this, right?
Miss, will be 8
All
over
right.
15 divided
So we
by
have 8 over 15 divided by
4 over 7.
4 over 7.
Yes, miss. Miss, and
All
then going
right.
to change the
And
Miss, we're then going to change the multiplication to sorry, miss, the division to multiplication.
so we're right by the 8 over 15.
Yes, miss.
We're right by the first one. Change the division to multiplication.
Yes, miss.
And then do what?
Miss, we're going to invert the fact, miss, the 4 over 7, miss, and that would be 7 over 4.
Okay.
Okay, miss, and miss, 4 into 12 goes 1 time, miss, and 4 into 8 goes 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
Miss, so it'd be 17 over 15.
17.
Oh, sorry, miss, 14. 14 over
So 2 times 7 is 14 over,
15.
and 15 times 1 is?
Miss, 15 times 1 is
Okay,
15.
so that's 14 over 15. All
Yes, miss,
right.
I think it's actually
So that's the
turned
final
down.
answer, 14.
Not addition, addition.
All right, so it's Amari's turn. It's
Miss, you
Amari's
want addition?
turn now.
Yes, miss, it's my turn. Miss, you want the addition?
For those who couldn't see that answer, so the answer is 14 over 15 for this one. Were you saying something, Amari?
Miss, no, not you, miss. Miss, you want addition? Miss, you want one with addition, all addition for some reason.
I'm just going in order.
Fingers
So come,
crossed.
Amari, this is yours.
Miss, you
Okay,
finally got
miss.
addition.
Okay, miss. So you would start, miss. I'll start by the numerator, miss. Miss,
All
you'd
right,
add
so we'll add the 2.
3
So
plus
it's
2
3 and
plus
1
2
third
oh, right.
plus
plus 2
2 and
and 3 over 5.
3 over 5.
So, miss, you would start by adding the whole numbers, miss. That
All right,
would
so
equal
we add
5,
the 3 and the 2.
and that's
All right,
5,
so
miss.
we get 5.
And
And
then,
what else?
miss, you would say what number 3 can go
We
in.
find the LCM of
Yes, miss,
3
that's
and 5,
15. That's 15, miss.
15.
And then, miss, 13 into 15 goes
3
5
into
times.
15.
3
3
into
into
15
15. All right,
goes
so 3
5
into
times.
15, 5 times.
Yes, miss. 1
And
times 5, that's 5.
1 times 5 is 5.
Plus, and then 5 into 15 goes 3 times. Miss. That, and then you say 3 times 3. Wait, 3 plus 3, sorry.
3 times 3.
Oh, times. Oh,
So
yeah.
3 times
3
3
times
is
3 is 9.
9.
5 plus 9, miss. Miss,
So the
that's
5
14.
plus 9.
That's 14.
All right, so 5 plus 9 give 14.
Yes, miss.
So we have 5 and 14 over 15, right?
Yes, miss.
For this one. But that's not the last thing, right?
No, miss.
Because now we're going to have to divide that by
By 2 and
the
1 over 5, miss.
2 and 1/5. Okay, so we write that back. 5, 14 over 15 divided by 2 and 1/5. So 2 and 1/5. All right, so what do we do now?
Okay, miss. Miss, you would see.
Mhm.
Um,
What do we
miss, you change the division sign into
Not yet.
multiplication.
Not yet. Change the first fraction to
Mixed
improper
number.
improper
Improper
fraction.
fraction. Sorry.
Okay. So 15 times 5
Miss, 15 times 5, that is. Miss, that is 75, miss.
plus 14
Miss, 75 plus 14. Miss, that's 8. Miss, that's 89.
89.
Yes, miss.
All right, so 89 over 15.
Yes, miss.
All right, and now we change the division to multiplication.
Yes.
So change the division to multiplication and then change this fraction to improper.
Yes, miss.
So how do we do that?
Miss, you would. Miss,
So we say what?
Miss,
5 twos,
yeah,
10
that's 10.
plus 1,
Plus 1, that's 11, miss.
11 over 5, and we do what now?
Miss, you would flip.
We invert it and it
Invert,
becomes
miss.
5 over 11.
5 over 11.
All right, so can anything be reduced there?
Yes, miss.
What can be reduced?
Miss, 5 and 15.
So 5 can go into itself once,
One time, miss.
and 5 into
5
15
to 15. 3 times, miss.
3 times.
That is miss.
So at the top we have 89 times 1, which is 89.
Yes, miss.
And at
Yes.
the bottom we have
Of miss that.
3 times 11.
Miss, 3 times 11 is 33. That's 33, miss.
All right, so how many times can we get 33 from 89?
Miss, get
It looks to me,
times, miss.
let's retrace, because if this was 99 it would go exactly 3 times. I wonder if we made some kind of error somewhere. You want us to retrace our steps
Yes, miss.
just to make sure? So we have the 3 plus 2, that's 5. 3 into 15, 5. 5 into 15, 3. And this gives 14 over 15. 15 times 5 is 75, plus 14 is 89. Okay, so it's correct. So we can get two 33s out of 89, right?
Yes, miss.
And how much is left back?
Miss, about,
Okay.
Miss
So that will
A.
be 66. 66
Yes.
from 89.
23 left over.
Okay, so 23 left back
Yes, miss.
over the 33.
Over 23 left.
Okay. It would have been
Miss,
neat if it was 99, don't?
yeah.
It would be exact 3.
Yes, miss. Yes. Miss, could I go now? Isn't it Imani's turn?
It's the
Yes.
man's turn.
Why was that? Why wasn't I on there?
After that, this is the I think this is the last fraction for now.
Wow.
It looks like this is the last fraction for now.
I'm
So
sorry.
come, Imani, what we're going to work first.
Mr. Bracket.
Okay, so we'll work the bracket first. So that's 1 and 1 over 9 times 3.
Yes.
Okay,
3
so
over 1. So first
3
we're
over
going
1.
to change. Well, basically what we're going to do is change the mixed number to an improper fraction and multiply. So 9 times 1 is 9 plus 1 is 10 over 9. So 10
All right,
over
so
9
that's 10 over 9
times
times
3
3
over
over
1.
1.
3 can go into itself one time and 3 can go into 9 three times.
So 3 into 3, 1. 3 into 9, 3. And this give us what? 10 over 3.
Yes, miss.
And we need to take that from.
4 and 1 over 5.
All right, so let's write that over here now. So we're going to work the subtraction now. So 4 and 1 over 5 minus 10 over 3. All right, so tell me what we do from here.
Miss, we're going to find the lowest common multiple of 5 and 3, which is 15.
So we put the 4 to the side. All right, so the LCM of 5 and 3.
15.
All right.
Miss, how many slides are there?
Huh?
Miss, I'm asking how many slides are there?
Countless. But we soon finish the computation and go on to algebra.
Algebra, no.
So now 5 into 15.
Goes 3 times.
Uh-huh.
So 3
And 1
times 1
times
is
3.
3.
Okay.
3 into 15 goes 5 times. So 10 times 5 is 50.
Okay.
We're still going to have to take one whole from the 4.
All right, so we take
Well,
1 onto the 4, leave 3. Carry the 1 whole as 15 over 15. Add it. But that won't be enough, will it?
no,
No.
miss. So let's take another one.
We need to take 3
Another.
holes.
Okay,
Not
we're just
even
going
3
to
holes. We need all 4.
Ah,
We need all 4 holes to get enough. You see
okay.
that?
So, yes, miss.
Okay.
So it would
So we
be
need all 4 holes.
63. So it would be 63 or minus 50
So we carry all 4, the 4 times the 15. So that's 60
plus 3.
plus 3. Okay, so that's 63 minus 50, which is,
Miss, that's going to be 13 over 15.
where we get 7 from? Okay, so it will be 13 over
15.
15. So this one was weird.
Yes,
1 was
miss.
not enough. Yeah, 1 was not enough. All right, and it's only because we left this as a improper fraction, because if we had changed it to the 3 and 1 over 3,
Miss one not get
it
that.
would have been enough. We just have a 1 here, and we'd have 3 minus 5 and just borrow 1 whole would have been enough. But in any case, it doesn't matter. We know how to manipulate that, right?
Yes, miss. Could I go now, miss?
Because we are scholars, that's why.
Yes,
So,
miss.
John,
Yes, miss. Evaluate with a
John,
calculator.
you're up. Hmm?
Without a calculator.
Without a calculator. So they're saying, without a calculator, we are to do this.
Okay, miss.
So we're to multiply 10.02
Yes, miss.
by
0.1.
0.14. So tell me now, without the calculator, what we're going to do?
Okay, miss. Miss 4 times 2 is 8.
Uh-huh.
And miss 4 times 0 is 0.
Mm-hmm.
Miss going to then put our decimal point.
No, don't put the point yet when you multiply. Don't put the
Okay.
point till you finish.
Okay, miss.
4 times 0.
Miss 0. And 4
And 4
times 1
times
is
1.
4.
Okay, and we hold our place here.
So miss 1 times 2 is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, miss 1 times 0 is 0.
Mm-hmm.
1 times 0 is 0.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 times 1 is 1.
Okay.
Okay. So miss that's 8,
Mm-hmm.
2, 0, 4. Yes, miss 1. Miss, so,
Mm-hmm.
miss will be 1.4028.
Okay, because we need 4 decimal places, right?
Yep.
All right, and for this one now, so we have 50.1 times
0.7.
0.7. But you know, I'm seeing something though. We
Miss
could have
White.
canceled this and this, but it's all right. Let's do. So let's multiply. Multiply.
Miss, that's what you talk about now.
So
Okay, miss
7 ones.
7, miss, and 700, and 7535.
All right. Okay.
Okay, miss, we're going to polar place with a universal number 0.
Huh?
Miss, we're going to polar place with 0, miss.
So it's 35.07.
35, oh yes. Wait, yes, miss, 35.07. Miss, I was
Okay.
going to, miss, I was thinking about doing the bottom part of it, miss, but then I realized that would make sense.
Okay. So what do we do from here?
Miss would divide. Miss would do third. Wait, miss 1.4028 over 30.07.
How you going to do that, John?
I don't.
So it's 1.4028 divided by
35.0.
how you going to do that? No.
Okay, miss. I have an idea in my head.
All right.
Miss 70 to 28 goes one time, miss. And
Mm-hmm.
miss 7 into 10 goes one time, miss. And 7 into 28 goes 4 times.
Can you cancel like that? Decimals?
Yeah, yes, miss. Miss, I
You
don't
can
know.
cancel the 7 and the 28 like that?
No, miss.
Is there any other way we could work this?
No, miss. I don't know.
Well, all right, you could say I am thinking of another way, but using the decimal, we know that when we're dividing by decimal, we'd have to clear the decimal point in the divisor, right? So we'd move
Where did
two
that?
places. All right, so
Oh,
we'd have 350,
oh, miss.
and
Oh,
then
yes,
here
miss.
would be
Miss, Miss 1 point. Miss
140.28.
14,028.
Still at a loss what to do with this. I'm
Miss,
thinking we can probably work it as a fraction.
miss, how are we going to do that?
So
Oh,
10 and
okay.
2 over 100.
Huh? If you did
10
10 and 12,
and 2 over 10 and 2 over 100
let's power 2.
Yes, because
times
that's
14 over 100. You see that?
yes, miss.
No, miss.
Yes, yes. 10 and 2 over 100 times
Because
14 over 100.
the point 0.02, sorry, and the point one
Yeah,
four.
which is what? 1002. So 10 times 100 is 1,000 plus 2. So 1002 over
Yeah, miss.
100 times 14 over 100. And that would give
Miss.
anything can cancel.
Yes, miss. Miss equal, miss.
Yeah.
No, miss. Miss only
Do
with
we cancel or do we let's reduce it. So 2 into that 7, 2 into that 50,
it cannot be
um
considered anymore.
2 into
So,
that 25,
I have this one.
2 into that 501, right?
Yes, miss. And the
Okay, so we
100.
have
Miss, put
501
100 at the bottom.
times 7, 501, so 717, 700, 7535, and
Miss, what you just
100
do?
times 25.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
So, just ask me what you did just do, miss.
So that would be our top number, and we need to work this now. So that's 7 tenths times 50, 7 tenths times and 1/10.
Oh, miss, I don't know what you're doing.
So that's 7/10
Miss, miss.
times 10 times 50 is 500 plus 1. 501 over 10.
Miss.
All right, so 7 times 501. See, we have it back up here. 7 times 501. That's the same 3507. And 10 times 100. So we have this. Why is my mouse giving me
Miss,
so much
are you
trouble?
hearing me?
Yeah.
Miss, I don't know what you're doing, miss. I don't understand.
All right, I'm gonna go back over it. I'm gonna go back over it. So we're dividing this by this. So
Miss, what?
I'm gonna go back over. Let me just work it. So we have 3507 over the 2500. Just give me a second, explain it back to you. Divided by this. Now we're going to change the multiplication and invert. So we'll have the 100 at the top, this mouse, and the 3507 at the bottom, which cancels itself out. So that's cancel that, and that's cancel out that. So we're left with 1 over 25. So that's 1 over 25. That's the answer. Let me explain it now, John. So, are you hearing me, John?
Yes, miss, I'm hearing you.
All right. So when we did it, when we worked it as a decimal, we ended up with this here,
Yes, miss.
which we would have to go estimate in terms of reducing it. We'd have to go estimate. So I'm saying, rather than do that, let's work it as fraction. So
Okay.
I changed the 10.02 to 10 and 2 over 100 because it's
This
two
one
decimal places.
10.02.
The
Yes,
numerator that you multiply.
and the 0.14 is 14 over 100, right?
Yes, miss.
And when we multiply those, this is it here, when we multiply those and cancel what needs to cancel, we end up with 3507 over 2500. The denominator now, the 0.7 is 7 over 10, and the 50.1 is 50 and 1 over 10. And when we multiply them, we end up with 3507 over 100. So it's this divided by this, because that's what this line tell you. You're going to divide these up here by this down there. So when we divided it now, we change the division to multiplication and invert this. So you notice it ended up with the same number, top and bottom, so they cancel each other out. And the zeros here in the 100 cancel those. So we're left with 1 over 25. So it's better to work it as a fraction then, because you can get your answer simplified down 1 over 25, rather than going all the way working it as a decimal and then it's not divisible in this form. It's not readily divisible in this form. All right, so for part B, with okay, so they're saying use the calculator to find the square root of 0.749. So just punch in square root.
Miss, would it be 0.865?
You tell
Is
me,
that,
just punch
yes,
it
miss,
in.
that's what that calculator says, miss. 0.865.
Okay.
Miss, aren't you hungry, miss?
All right, whose turn?
Amori.
All right, so Mari, your turn, honey.
No, miss.
So they say without using a calculator, Amari, they want the exact value of. So let's go. So we know we need to work the bracket, right, Amari? We know that much. We need to work out the bracket first. So let's work that part and tell me what you get. So it's 4 minus 2.95. 4 minus 2.95. I need to just get a new mouse because this mouse isn't working with me. All right, Amari, let's go. So we can set out the 4 and the 2.95, and when I look at it though, I'm seeing where we can cancel something, you know. We can cancel the 0.7 and the 2.8, which will be, we can change that to 7 and this to 2.8. You see what I'm saying? We're dividing decimals here, these two.
Yes.
So you know when you're dividing decimals, you change, you get rid of the points. So this will be 7 and this will become 2.8. We can cancel that and we get 0.4 at the top. But anyway, let's work it this way and see if we get something. So we can, there are several ways we can work it. So Amara, what would we get for this?
Miss, um, Miss, you will have to go over to the floor, Miss.
All right, so we take 1.
From the floor, Miss.
Mm-hmm.
And
And we
then,
still have to take 1, right?
yes, Miss.
All right. So we'd end up with 5,
5, Miss.
0, and 1. So that will be in the brackets here. From our experience just now, since we're not using calculator, I would prefer you work them as fractions from what we just experienced. So right here we have, so the 0.28 will be 28 over 100 times 1 and 5 over 100. You see that?
Yes, Miss.
So let's try it that way. So we have 28 over 100. And we're multiplying that. Oh my goodness. Definitely have to get another mouse. This mouse is not cooperating. We have 1 and 5 over 100. So this would give what?
Miss, that would give
So that's 28 over 100.
yes.
And 100 times 1 is 100 plus 5. That's 105 over 100. This is testing my patience. This is testing my patience. So 105 over 100. All right. When we multiply them, so multiply the 28 times 105.
Miss, 28 times 105.
Yeah. So 8 fives 40 and 8 ones 8
Yes.
and 2 fives 10 and 2 ones 2. So that's 0, 4,
Miss, that's
9
two 2,940.
over 10,000, right?
Yes, Miss.
All right, so that's 2,940 over 10,000.
Yes, Miss.
And the denominator now, the 0.7 is 7 over 10. 0.14 is 14 over 100.
This is Miss Trophy's going to the bathroom.
So 7 times 14. 7
Miss,
4 is 28. That's 98 over 1,000.
yes, Miss.
So we're
See,
adding it by 98 over 1,000.
Miss Brown is asking to use the bathroom.
Huh?
John is asking to use the bathroom.
Okay.
Thank you, miss.
All right. So now we're going to invert. So we have 2940 over the 10,000. 1, 2, 3 times 1,098. And we know the thousand, this thousand, three of that, this zero going to cancel that. So how many times 98 going to 294?
Miss 98.
That look like three times, right? 3 eights,
Yes.
24, 3 nines, yeah.
Yes,
So
miss.
that's three times, exactly three times. So that's our answer. So you see, it's easier them as fraction, don't you think?
Yes.
When we're given sums like these and we're told not to use a calculator, in my opinion, it's easier to work them as fractions. You will get a nice, pretty looking number as opposed to getting a string of decimals that you probably won't be able to readily divide. So I would advise you get something like this and you're told not to use a calculator unless you can go straight and cancel some stuff. Like I was saying, we could have approached it and canceled the 0.7 and the 0.28. And we get 0.4 to multiply by this answer here. But again, still working with decimals. So I would prefer just express them as fractions. You're going to get your answer. See, we got a nice, pretty round number here, 3. And just like with the one before, we got a nice 1 over 25 as opposed to the decimal. All right, so whose turn? Imani?
Yes, miss.
Okay, Imani.
Ooh.
Find the exact value of. So you can use your calculator for this.
Wow.
Okay, miss. So you can do either the multiplication or the division first. So
You work the multiplication, you work the division, and then you subtract.
yes, miss.
So work that, tell me the answer. Work this, tell me the answer, and then we're going to subtract.
Miss, so the first answer is 60 or 65.
All right, 16.065.
Yes,
And
miss.
second
And
answer,
the second answer is 6.
all right. So the answer is 10.065.
10.065.
Part B says they want it correct to one decimal place.
So we're going to look.
So we're rounding here,
Yes, miss.
right? So what do we do to round it there?
Look beside it, and if the look to the right, not beside, to the
Okay.
right. And if the number is 5 or greater, we round up, and if it's
So we add 1
2
here.
or lower. Yes.
So since it is 6, which is more than 5, we're going to add 1 to this place. So this is one decimal place, add 1 here. So our final answer at B would be what?
10.1, miss.
10.1. All right, and that's all for that one. John,
Missy's not back as yet.
Amari.
Yes, miss.
So this time again without using a calculator. All right, Amari. So we're going to add the top, subtract the bottom, and then we divide. So let's work out the top. So we have 26.32.
Oh, Miss John is back
John is
now.
back.
All right, come John.
No. You're not using a calculator.
26.32
Okay, miss. 26
plus
32. 38.80.
38.8. All right.
Okay.
So what
Okay,
that gives?
miss, that is miss, you're going to put the zero. Miss going to put two. Sorry, miss then go to miss a plus three is 11. Bring the sorry, miss, put the one. Bring over the one. 6 plus 8 is 14. Plus 1 is 15. Bring over the 1. I'll miss that would be 65 points for 1, 2.
Okay, and for the denominator,
Okay,
it's
miss.
13.16
Point 16. 1.16.
minus 11.56.
Point 5 6.
All right, so that gives what?
Miss that give. Miss, you're going to have to go over to the to the 3, miss. Oh yeah, miss.
Oh no, hold on. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? Hold on. So this have a 0, right?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so we take 1 from this, and then we have what?
Miss, miss, we have miss 6.
6, and then
1. So miss will be 1.60.
all right. So we're dividing this by this, and they said without using a calculator,
Okay, miss.
and they
So
want the exact value. So how we going to do it?
miss, we're going to change it to a fraction.
Okay. Would you have been able to divide it by the 160 though? We're gonna change it to the fraction, but let's say we had the decimal. Let's say we moved 2 places here to get 160
Okay.
and 2 places here to get 65,012. You think you could divide by the 160?
Miss, if we did that, miss, well, miss, I think we could do
160 into 651 would go roughly what? 5 times?
5. Yeah, wait, no, miss.
4 times?
Or, or
All right, let's not trouble our pretty heads. Let's work this as a as a fraction. So we have 65 and 12 over 100
yes, miss.
divided by 1 and 6 over 10. Am I right?
Yes, miss.
Okay. All right, so what we have now? So 65 times 100 is 6,512.
Miss, that's, oh, yes, miss, okay.
Am I right?
Yes, miss.
Over 100 times 10 ones, 10 and 6, 16
60.
over 10, and we invert.
Yes, miss,
So
right,
10
10 over
over 16. Okay. And we know that that can cancel that one, right?
yes, miss.
Okay, so cancel down that for me.
Okay, miss, 6,512 times 1 is that will give you 6,512. And 10 times 1 is 10 times 16. That means that's 160, miss. So 600, so 6,512 divided by 160.
Reduce it.
Okay, miss.
What can we try? 2,
Could try
2,
2. Yes, yes, miss. I'll just put
2.
6.
So that's 80.
Yes, miss.
And that's what?
Miss.
3, 2,
Yes, miss.
2 into that 3, 2 into that 2, remainder 1, 5, 6, right?
Yes, miss.
All right. And 4 can go into these. 4 can go into 32 and 56. So 4 into 80, so that's 20. And 4 into 32, 8.
Miss, that's it.
8.
Miss, and 14, miss.
and 14. So we have 814.
Miss
So let's go
Miss
again.
two Miss
2
two.
into that, 10. 2 into that, 407.
Yes, Miss.
So 407 over 10. That's 40 and 7 over 10.
Yes, Miss.
Oh my. 40 and 7 over 10. It's easier to work with fractions in these cases. Unless you definitely see something in the decimal that can be cancelled straight off. All right, so it's Amari's turn now, right?
Yes, Miss.
All right, Amari, so these are pretty easy, right? So for I, we're multiplying. So 0.03 times
Times
1.3.
1.3.
All right, so go now, Amari. So tell me what to write.
Okay, Miss.
But you have to speak louder for me, please.
Okay, Miss. Miss, can you hear me clear now?
A
So,
little bit.
okay, Miss. So
So
you would
multiply by
Miss
the 3. So 3 threes
3 is 9.
and 3 0.
3 0.
Okay. And now we go to the 1.
Yes, Miss. So
So 1 times
one
3
1 times 3, Miss, that's 3.
and 1 times 0.
Miss, 1 times 0 is 0, Miss.
All right. So what do we have down here now?
Miss, you would Miss 9 plus 0 is 9. 0 plus 3 is 3. 0 plus 0, 0. Miss, the answer is 39.
So where do we put the decimal points? Huh? Where do we put the decimal points?
Where do we put the decimal? Oh, Miss, you would put it in
I'm
between the
not
two.
hearing you, Amari.
Miss, in between the two zeros.
Oh, in between the 2 zeros. Why?
This because
Where
I
to
thought
count the
was
decimal places.
this that.
So there are 2 decimal places
Oh,
up
oh.
here and 1 down here. That's 3 decimal places in all the answer should have. So this is the answer for I. For I, what are we going to do, Amari?
Miss for I miss so six six open bracket 3 minus 1.47.
So what we're going to do first?
Miss first you would
What do we do first?
miss the bracket.
We have to work the brackets, right? We work the bracket first. So for I, so to be 3 minus
3 minus 1.47. Oh,
1.47.
1.47.
And what do we do up the top to balance it off?
Miss up here so
We have to put in our decimal
yes.
and zeros because we're subtracting. All right, so down the bottom, desperate. Oh Lord. Desperately trying to fix it. That's 0 and 7. So what do we do here now, Amari?
Miss, you
I would love if you would speak up though. There's some issue with
Miss,
whenever
Tommy,
it's your turn, Amari, you
go.
start to whisper.
Miss, you would go to the 3, Miss.
Okay. So we take one.
Yes, Miss.
All right.
Miss, you still
Still
have
need
to
to
do
take
the
one,
check.
right?
Yes,
Still
Miss.
need to take one.
Yes, Miss.
All right. So what do we have here now?
Miss, right there, Miss, you would say 10 minus 7. Miss, that's 3.
Mm-hmm.
3, Miss. And then, Miss,
Mm-hmm.
you'd say 9 minus 4, Miss, that's 5.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then, Miss, 2 minus 1, that's 1, Miss.
All right. Is that our final answer?
Um,
Remember, this was in the bracket, but
wait,
there's a 6 in front of the bracket. So that means we're to multiply the answer that we get in the
that's
bracket by 6. So this answer here, no, we need to multiply it by 6
yes, Miss.
to get the final answer. So that will be 1.53 times 6.
Time.
All right, and we would get what?
Um, Miss, you would get
Oh, it's gone
9
again.
point, Miss 9.8.
So 6 threes,
Miss 6 threes is 18, Miss.
18. Put down the 8, carry the 1.
Yes, Miss.
6 fives,
Miss 6 fives, Miss that. Miss 30
plus 1.
plus 1, Miss, that's 31.
So put on the 1, carry the 3.
Yes,
And
Miss.
6 ones,
Miss 6 ones, Miss, that's 6.
plus 3.
Plus 3, Miss, that's 9.
Okay. So 9.18. Because it's 2 decimal places and this one doesn't have any decimal place. All right. Imani,
Yes, Miss.
so for I,
Oh, for I, Miss, we're going to. Miss, this is the difference. This one has to do difference of squares.
no,
Stand up, stand up.
Oh
no,
no, wait, no. We multiply the brackets first, and then you can. Okay, never mind, Miss.
no, we're
So
raising a power to a power.
not difference of squares. I mean of indices. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Okay, Miss. So
So raising it to the half means square root. When you're raising something to the power of a half, it's a square root.
yes, Miss. So it would just be 1.69 times 10 to the. Wait.
So the square root
We
of
have.
1.69.
Yeah. The square. The square root of 1.69 is 1.3.
Okay, so 1.3. And the square root of
Square root
10 to
of
the
10 to
fourth
the
power.
fourth power is 10 to the second power.
Okay, which is 100.
Yes, Miss. So
So
1.3 times
1.3 times 100.
which would give you 130.
Okay, all right. And for the other
Yes.
one now,
Miss, it would be the square root of 0.09 over the square root of 400. So the square root of 0.09 is 0.3,
Uh,
and the square root,
okay, so the square root of 0.09 is 0.3.
and the square root of 400 is 20.
Okay, all right. So can we work this?
Um, Miss, it would be 0.015.
Okay, so 0.3. My God, I don't think I can use this mouse ever again. So 0.1 and 20 into that leave 10, 20 to 0.15, right?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, all right. We're almost there, guys. We're soon
No,
done.
we're not, Miss. Miss South Carolina. That.
In terms of,
Miss, we have 16 more slides to go. That's a lot.
sorry, there's a zero that should be here. 0
Almost
0.01.
0.015.
How you know that is 16 slides to go? You're checking my thing.
Yes, Miss, I checked the thing. I
Who
want to
tell
know
you
what.
to check it?
Miss, no one, Miss, I just want, Miss, I'm just curious.
Who tell you to check it? You're not supposed to
Miss,
check
no
it.
one. Miss, I'm just curious out of curiosity.
Lord have mercy.
Maybe it's my
All right,
turn.
is your turn in, John?
Yes, Miss, we're going to write the bracket first. Miss,
All right, so what we're going to
point
do?
9 times. Miss, multiply 1.9 times 10 to the third. Okay, Miss, so we're going to move 3 places over to the right. So, Miss, that would be 1.9, 1.9.
There are a number of ways you can work it.
Yes,
So
Miss,
you're
but that's
working you're working this first. So you'd have what, 1,900
yes, Miss, 1,900.
squared?
Yes, Miss. Wait, no, Miss, not. Miss will. Oh yeah, yes, Miss squared. Miss cubed, Miss cubed, Miss cubed.
Y cubed.
Yes, Miss, because it's cubed. We did use Miss because it's 10 to the third. 10 to the third power.
No. No, I thought you were expanding it. 10 to the third power being 1,000.
Oh yes, Miss. Yes, Miss. Okay.
So
So
I'm
Miss,
so
I'm
I'm
going to.
asking you now if I'm to square it. This.
No, Miss, not yes, not yes, not yet, Miss. Because we have to do the
Not yet?
bottom one. Miss, we have to do the bottom
Okay.
one. Miss 1,900 divided by 0.5.
Okay.
Miss 2,000.
Hmm?
Miss Miss, don't worry about the value. And Miss. Okay, Miss would have to move over 2 times. Miss, Miss, Miss would have to move over 3 times. Miss, so that'd be 0.0. Miss, that'd be 7,000.
You
Okay,
can
Miss,
you
700.
can for this you can use your calculator.
Yeah, I use. Okay. Okay,
So
Miss. So this.
just plug them in. Put your
Okay,
bracket, plug this in and raise to the second power.
okay, Miss, I'm going to bracket them properly.
And give me that decimal and then we're going to write it in standard form.
Okay, Miss. 7. Miss, I got 7. No, wait. 7.
So
7.
put your
So I got
bracket.
It's a big number. Okay. Miss, the big number that I got was Miss expressed it in decimal and Miss 700 Miss if it was not in decimal form.
Hmm?
Miss.
You said you got what?
Miss the answer that I got Miss when I plugged it into the calculator.
Yeah.
Miss that yeah. Miss it was 736. Miss it was some big number, Miss.
Yeah. 736
Okay, Miss.
7
Seven three six
3
seven
4
three
6
six point 939.
9
Miss, that
3
was the big
9.
number I
Okay.
got.
So they want it in standard form.
Yes, Miss.
So in
So Miss,
standard form, we're just gonna have this as the to the left of the decimal point, right?
okay. So Miss, it'd be
So
seven
in
point.
standard form, okay,
Miss,
so
Miss,
it's
it'd be 367
three
356
six
939.
7 3 4 6 9 3 9
Yes, Miss. And times
times
10
10,
to the one,
10 to
two,
what?
three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Miss 10 to the 9. Oh,
To the ninth part
yes,
to
Miss.
get it back to here.
Yes, Miss. Mr. That.
No, we have it here now.
Oh,
How many places would it need to move to get it back to here?
okay, Miss.
That's one,
One,
two,
two,
three,
three,
four,
four,
five,
six.
six.
6, Miss.
10 to the sixth power.
Yes, Miss.
We just have 15 minutes to go, guys.
Mari.
This is yours. Use your calculator to work that out, and then we need to write it to two significant figures.
No, not significant figures.
So plug that into your calculator, Amari.
It's 0.023 divided by 0.351. So Miss, he got 0.065.
0.065.
No.
So for B, we're to give two significant figures.
Miss, how do you do significant figures again? Cannot.
Significant figures, we count from the left and we don't count the zeros at the front, but we count zeros in the middle and at the end.
Oh,
So two
like that.
significant figures we'd start counting from the 6.
Yes,
Did you get anything after the 5?
no, Miss. Miss, it
So
does be
this,
0.
so this is already two significant figures. The 6 and the 5 are the significant figures. We don't count the zeros to the left.
No.
All right, Imani.
Okay, Nas. Um, so the first thing we're going to do is the numerator. So
All right,
I
so in the
got
numerator, you get what?
0.245.
All right. And in the denominator,
2.45.
okay, so when you divide them,
Means I got 0.1.
0.1. And for II,
Oh, Miss, it said give the answers in standard form, so should we change it now or last?
when we reach here,
Okay, Miss, so 3.24 times 10 to the fourth power would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 32,000.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a big number. That's a big one. Okay.
so 32,000
divided
divided
by
by
1, 2, 3, 2,100.
okay, and that gives
Miss. Oh, wait, I did the wrong thing. Divided by 2,100 is 15.23.
15.22.
23.
This is mine.
All right,
Oh, that's not
so giving them in standard form now. So for the 0.1
It would be 1 times 10 to the
standard
negative
form,
1
so
power
1.0 times 10 to the
negative 1 power.
negative 1, and
That's the
for
same.
the 15.23,
Miss, it would be 1,523 times 10 to
huh?
the
Huh?
negative. Miss?
It will be 1.523
Oh, what was. Yes, 1.523 times
times
10 to
10
the
to the
first power.
10 to the
First power,
first
first.
power. All right.
Now it's
Okay,
John's turn.
John,
Yes, miss. Oh, that's a lot, miss. I have to do two. Okay.
come, John. We just have a couple more to go.
Yes, miss. Finally, I can go do
And
something.
you can use your calculator for this. So
Yes, miss.
work out the first part of A for me.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I forgot to put multiplication.
The
Minus.
2.43 times 10 to the power give what?
Okay, miss, times 10 to the third power. Okay. Right now. Okay, miss, that would be 2,430.
All right. Minus this will be what? 5.
Miss, that's miss 526.
All right. So what that give?
Okay, miss, 2,000. Okay, yeah. Miss, that gives 1,000. Miss,
1,000?
1,904.
1,904.
Yes, miss, that's what it said.
All right. So for B now, they want that in standard form.
Okay, miss,
So the
that would be,
standard
yes, miss, that would be 1.904 times 10 to the
1.9
times
times
10
10
third power, miss.
to the, because
Okay, miss, miss,
we'd have to move back 3 places to get it to the original. All right.
okay, miss,
And number 13,
0.0004 times 10 to the negative 6 power.
let me check something. Hold on. Doing
Miss,
your
I
math,
got 10.
sir. I'm not seeing where they want it. It just giving your answer.
Uh,
So just tell me
okay,
what
miss.
it gives. The
Okay,
square
miss.
root. So
10.
work this first,
Yes.
and then we'll find the square root of that answer.
Okay, miss. 0.0004 times 10 to the negative 6.
Huh?
Not you, miss. I was
Tell me
just
step
writing.
by step. Step by step. This
Okay, miss.
times 10 to the negative 6 would give what?
Miss negative. It's negative z. It's negative
No,
0
it wouldn't
point.
be negative.
Okay, miss. 0.
It just means you're dividing 6, so you're moving 6 places back. So you'd
Okay,
end
miss.
up with what? 9 zeros?
Uh,
9 zeros in front of the 4?
miss, I don't know, miss,
Because there are
because that's
3
not
zeros
ordinary.
now, and we're moving 6 places back, right?
Yes, miss.
So we'd have 9 zeros in front of the 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yes, yes. Time.
So the
Okay, miss.
square root of that,
Okay, miss, I'll just
1,
find
2,
that
3,
now.
4.
Miss, so
What's the
that's
square
nine
root?
zero. Miss, that's supposed to be 9 zeros.
Yeah, because this has 4, and we times in to the negative 6. Or we're finding the square root. Or we
Okay,
could
miss,
do it, we could, the square root of this and the square root of that. We could work it that way too.
miss, I
0.002
miss, I still
times
got
10 to
two
the
times.
negative 3. We could
Miss,
work it like
miss,
that.
miss,
So
miss,
what
but
would it
think,
be? It would now
miss, I
have
got,
4
okay,
zeros and a 2, right?
miss, where is it? Oh, miss, 9 zeros and the 4. Oh, miss, it says
It's cool.
2 times, yes, miss, it says 2 times 10 to the negative 5th power.
For the square root
Yes, miss,
to the negative what?
it's to the negative 5th power.
Right, right, right. So this would be it.
Okay,
Five 5 places back from where 2 would be. So I'm saying we could also have said square root of this would be 0.02, and the square root of that would be 10 to the negative 3, and then we'd move back 3 places from that. We'd also get this answer. So there are different ways we could work it.
okay.
All
But
right,
I think it's Amari's turn now.
Amari. So Amari, you're taking us out with this one, okay? So Amari, you get the last one.
Oh, that's the last one?
Yes.
For tonight, for tonight.
Miss, but there is
We have
more.
6 minutes before 8. So Amari, they want us to write this number, 64.498, correct to the nearest whole number. So let me write the number, 64.498. All right. Correct to the nearest whole number. So we're rounding it up here. Would it
Miss,
be?
Miss 64.
Huh?
Miss, 6. Miss
6,
64.
64, and 3 significant figures. So 3 significant figures, that will be 1, we count from the left, 1, 2, 3, and since the 9 is more than 5, we're going to add 1 to the 4.
Yes, Miss.
So for the 3 significant figures, it will be what?
Miss 64.5.
64.5,
0, 0.
and 2 decimal places.
Miss, for 2 decimal
So
places. Miss,
uh,
would that be 60?
2 decimal places will be 1, 2,
2.
and 8 is more than 5. We're going to add 1 to the 9, which would give us a 10 in here, and we have to carry the 1 to here. So 2 decimal places, it will be 64.5. 50. You see how we got that?
Yes, Miss.
The 2 decimal places will be 0.4, and because the 8 is more than 5, we add 1. So because the 9 is here, remember when you add 1 to 9, you're going up with a 0 and have to carry 1. You see that?
Yes,
So sometimes when the 9 is there in the place that happens, you have to carry it over. So we end up with this with 64.50. We have to put the 0 because they ask for 2 decimal places, right?
yes, Miss.
We have to put a 0 for that. Okay. So so we made it to 2 hours. We made it to 2 hours
Miss, I feel like
again.
3.
And I really want to thank you, scholars, for
Thank you.
staying with me throughout. And we're working things out. And what I like is that we discover that there are more than one ways to do things, right?
Yes,
Yes,
yes, yes.
In math, you can have several methods, several avenues to find your way to the same
Oh,
place.
Miss
It's
have a
not
question.
just one.
Used. Miss have a question for you, Miss. Miss, what is
What's the
an
question?
Miss, what is an absnicker, Miss?
A what?
Miss, an absnicker, Miss. Absnicker.
Albus
Miss,
nickel?
yes, Miss, you don't know that,
I
Miss?
don't know what it is.
Oh. Hey,
Can
Miss.
you tell me what it
No,
is?
well, Miss, I don't know, Miss. I thought you'd know, Miss. Miss, because
Where did you see that?
Miss, quiz in my math quiz today.
Absnicker? I don't know what an absnicker is.
Miss
So we're
A,
going to have to look. Spell
Miss
it for me.
Miss A, B S N
Huh?
C I S S A, something like that. Miss.
A B
You
S
don't know that.
N I.
C S S A.
Oh, I've never heard of that. All right, so we can look that up. Did Amari have a question as well?
No,
No,
Miss.
but he does need to
All
say what
right.
he needs
So
to say.
who is gonna close us out with our
Please
motto?
remember, please remember, we're not just solving math problems, we're changing lives.
Amari, as usual.
Yes.
Thank you, siblings, for being my company, and thank you to those in the chat who posted your comments and who stayed with us all the time. We appreciate your comments and your efforts. My sister has left, but thank you, baby sis, for being on in the chat. And sorry you couldn't join us in the studio. All right, students, I will see you on Monday when we have our next live class. As always, sharp and ready. So I'll see you then.
See you then, Miss.
See you then, Miss.
See you then, Miss. Amari, remember you have something to say?
Well, sleep well.
Yes.
You too, Miss. Bye.
Bye.
Au revoir.
Hello, CSEC math students. I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now, another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now, in this series, we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything. Make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello, scholars. Did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand.